North, the land of 1,000 lakes and rivers, impenetrable swamps, and endless taiga. It's mid-March and the forest is frozen in anticipation of warmth and spring. I'm making my way on my vehicle to one of the forest rivers. The road passes through densely growing trees, and sometimes it's quite challenging to maneuver the vehicle. The air temperature is just above freezing, and snow from the branches occasionally falls on my neck, chilling me, which is quite an unpleasant sensation. While riding, I have to maneuver with my whole body, avoiding the snow-covered branches and trees. Behind me, sleds roll along, carrying all the essentials, and on them are skis for walking through deep snow. I occasionally glance back to ensure I don't lose anything along the way. The river greets me with its beauty and tranquility. It only freezes over during severe frosts, as the water is spring-fed. Snow falls on the water surface and immediately melts. Only during heavy snowfall does the water in the river mix with the snow. By the time I reach the river, I've warmed up considerably, and I have to take off my outer clothing to cool down a bit. But I must do this carefully to avoid getting sick. Snow has packed into the moving parts of my vehicle, and I need to clean it out, as the weather forecast predicts a slight frost tonight, and the snow might freeze, which would hinder the vehicle's movement and could lead to a breakdown. The plastic case reliably protects my belongings and tools from snow, and it contains everything necessary. But the most important thing in the forest is an axe. It must be sharp and reliable to perform its job in any situation. An axe, along with a knife, is an indispensable helper in the forest for daily life and work. If I can sometimes leave behind other items, I should never forget the axe and knife. The cargo sleds also have lids to protect against snow and to avoid losing items on the way. This time I brought a rubber boat with me since the cabin is on the other side of the river, and I need to get to the opposite bank. It's warm in the forest, so the material the boat is made from won't harden and it won't develop cracks. The boat is not afraid of the cold, but assembling and disassembling it in sub-zero temperatures is not recommended. The boat is new. Today will be its first time on the water. I quickly inflated it and assembled the oars. I think all the necessary items will fit, including me. And there are many items today: a backpack, a sleeping mat, a sleeping bag, a chainsaw. But as I later realized, some things won't be needed today. But as they say, it's better to have them and not need them than to need them and not have them. I try to pack everything compactly in the boat to avoid dropping anything in the water and getting it wet. I put on a life jacket as the water in the river is cold, and falling in can instantly cause cramps. The boat glides well over the snow, but I need to watch out for sharp branches and rocks. The river's current carries me amidst ancient trees growing along its banks. I crossed the river and unloaded my things. The boat needs to be pulled ashore to prevent it from being carried away by a sudden gust of wind or the current. The ascent to the cabin is quite steep, and I have to climb almost vertically. The cabin greets me with joy. It stands alone, surrounded by snow-covered trees. Only some tourist had been here before me, but he didn't stay overnight. He checked the condition of the cabin and left. Inside the cabin, everything is in order and in its place. After the journey, I need to drink some hot tea. First, I will light the stove to warm the cabin. Dry firewood has already been prepared. Shavings from the dry wood are the best for starting the fire. The stove is lit, and immediately I feel warmth and coziness, although it's still cold inside the cabin. The cooking area is completely covered with snow, and I need to clear it down to the ground to prevent the snow from extinguishing the fire. Someone left a pot outside, and the water in it has frozen, so I'll bring it inside the cabin to thaw. A small stock of firewood came in handy. I don't need to worry about that right now. A gas burner will light a fire faster than matches, but problems can arise here too. After walking through the snow several times, trails appear. I need to collect water from the river for cooking food and tea. The dry wood burns with a steady flame. What could be better than food cooked over an open fire with the aroma of smoke and the forest? The wind picked up and the snow continued to fall. To make the water boil faster, I need to add salt. Minced meat and dough is a good and hearty meal in the great outdoors. The cabin has warmed up nicely. I'll add sauce to the food. It looks quite appetizing. By this time, I can brew some tea. My clothes are hung up to dry, and I prepare my bed and lie down to sleep. Light from the cabin window breaks through the night darkness. I woke up at night because I was cold. The iron stove provides heat while it's burning, but the stones surrounding it don't hold heat for long. The cabin door is closed from the inside with fabric to keep the warmth in longer. After lighting the stove again, I slept until morning. It was indeed colder at night, and in the morning I was greeted by beautiful sunny weather. Icicles had formed on the roof near the chimney, and the trees stood still in frosty silence. I need to replenish the firewood I used during the night. Walking through deep snow is quite difficult. It's a pity I left my skis on the other side of the river. Someone has already started sawing a fallen tree. There's still quite a bit left, and that will be enough for me. A thick layer of snow has firmly stuck to the tree. The firewood is prepared, and I decided to try to catch some fish for my lunch. I only caught one grayling, but that will be enough for my meal. After cleaning the fish, I'll wash and cut it into pieces. Firewood in the forest during winter is a constant task. In summer, you cannot heat the cabin or use only a few branches. But in winter, you always need firewood for both the fire and to heat the cabin. The ingredients for fish soup are just fish, salt, and onion. It's a great pleasure to simply stand by the fire, prepare fresh fish, breathe in the forest air, and listen to the silence of nature. The fish soup is ready. It has a special aroma that words cannot describe. After lunch, I need to tidy up the cabin and leave it better than it was before I arrived. I had to climb into the snowdrifts again. I need to make a broom to clean the cabin floor. Thin birch branches and a piece of wire will do for this. There was quite a bit of debris. And I don't know how long it has been since someone last swept the floor here. I started gathering my things and carried them down to the river. The boat has become hard in the frost, but I'm not worried. It will soften in the water. I'm already on the other side of the river. My transport is covered in snow. In the sun, the boat warmed up and I can assemble it now. The items are gathered and packed. All that's left is to unfold the sled and set off. Winter in the forest delights with beautiful views.